been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. We still at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, I've been on the road. I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor.
This is going to be long, so buckle up. Just get ready. I can't help you. I cannot help you today. Not today, Junior. Not today. This is crazy. It's unbelievable. 4 years ago. All right. Cheers, everybody. Buckle up. And we're just diving in. And, oh, man. I'm shocked. I'm amazed. I'm blown away. I'm wow. I'm wondering what I'm doing in 2025. This is fascinating. All right. So I've been hinting at this for about 4 or 5 days. And I've done this a little bit in the past between marathon training blocks. This is unbelievable. Okay, so half marathon. There it is on the screen. Boom, 105.42, ran January 17th, 2021. Okay, and actually, I'm gonna pause right now. I'm just gonna pause. Hold on. And unpause. This is why you keep your bib numbers and you write your place, the date, and your time, and whatever else you want to write on the back of it. All right, so there is, actually there's Naples, okay, hold on. And yes, I wrote on the back 105.43, and then here's Jersey City. Let me just pull that out as well. So I should have grabbed these ahead of time, sorry about that. So this is why I always write on the back of them, just permanent marker. It's just, first of all, memories, but it also is good and just good reminders of what actually happened on that race days. Now, first of all, let's just throw up some data like on the course, okay, and the training block, a little bit about the training block. So here's just side by side, okay? You look at the weather, look at the age, look at the elevation gain. So I realize they're not apples to apples entirely, but I just want you to look at it, okay? Very interesting, so I said this a couple, I also, in my gut, I was like, I think the weather in Naples was about 50 degrees, roughly. And it was. Now, the humidity is kind of surprising. I looked this up, online, so I'm assuming it's pretty accurate. 53 degrees, 80%, seems a little high. I don't remember it being that humid. I don't know. Maybe, maybe it was. But it was also 74% humidity in Jersey City. So with at 43 degrees. So, that's why I was so chilled, It was just biting to the bone. So interesting. 102-day training block versus a 90-day training block. Okay, 15 weeks versus 13 weeks. If you can conceptualize it better that way. All right. So I realize, and obviously the elevation gain. That's why Naples is very enticing to go back to. 13 feet is what my watch said, and I think they advertised on their website 10 feet. It's like pancake flat. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now I'm gonna have to glance down at my computer quite a bit because there's a lot of information to share, okay? And I'm gonna put it up on a screen just so you can see the difference here. And we're just gonna go line by line because it's very important. And then there is the peak volume. So I topped out at 130 miles a week for Naples. All right, we'll come back to that. And I topped out 110 for Jersey City. Now, okay, pause. I realize a lot of people watch, a lot of people have their opinions out there in the world, and it's fine. You can share your opinions. At times, I must say, I'm intrigued to listen to opinions, but I'm also more intrigued as I get older to listen to my gut. And I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I'm going to say when you look at what I'm about to share with you, it's like I know the training that works for me. I just know because it's me and it's my body and I can feel it. I can feel it. And that's where you got to lean into what works for you. The cookie cutter training plans might work for a little bit, whether you get it on the internet or you get it on an app or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you got to tune in. Sensory data. That's what we called it at CU. Sensory data. Pay attention to where you are feeling fit and where you're going to rock and roll. And I'm blaming myself that sometimes I listen to the outside noise, and I just got to say, please, everybody, learn to block it out. Because when you know what works for you, lean in. Lean into what works for you and what makes you stronger and what makes you fitter and what makes you, I'll just say, also happier, okay? So I train hard because, again, my talent level is good, but it's not like rocking, I'm not going to the moon with my talent. I got to work to get to the moon. So I worked very hard, getting ready for Naples. Very hard. And you're about to hear it way harder than Jersey City. And Jersey City was pretty good, I thought, but no. And I had forgotten what I did 4 years ago as a 35-year-old. I'm not 35 anymore, but guess what? I am inspired now after going back and looking at my training over those 90 days. 90 days on the nose, okay? So, for Jersey City, all right, I'm just saying, I love you, share your opinion, but I'm done listening to it, all right? Doubles. This might be the secret of everything. I did 3 doubles for Jersey City. I did 23 doubles for Naples. 23 doubles. Mwah. Oh, I love doubles. And I don't know why I got away from them so much for Jersey City. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I got away from them, but I did. Well, life is busy. That's one thing. Should I go there? I'm going to go there. High altitude training. Not 5280. 10,000 and above. And I get made fun of a lot for running 12-minute pace at 10,000 feet or 11,000 feet or 14,000 feet in the middle of the winter. I do. I get made fun of a lot, and I don't care. Because guess what? It worked. It led to a 105.43 in Naples. 0 high altitude training for Jersey City. I never left the front range, meaning Denver. I never went up. I never went above 10,000 feet. I never went to Leadville. I went to Leadville a lot for Naples, and I went to 14,000 feet once. I went above 10,000 feet 6 times. Above 10,000 feet for training over 90 days 6 times, where I made an effort to get to the mountains and train above 10,000 feet. I realize not everyone lives at 10,000, has access to that. I get it. But I do. So if I have access to it, I'm going to use it. Does that make sense? Workouts, 8 for Jersey City, meaning ladder workouts, mile repeats, fartlicks, etc., etc. 2 workouts for Naples. One was a K repeat workout on the track, and one was a ladder workout. It was like 2 by 300, 2 by 600, 2 by 300, I think. It was very simple. Long runs. 6 23-milers for Jersey City. 5 23-milers for Naples, plus 1 31-miler, 50K, in Leadville. 10,000 feet. Unbelievable. I have all this footage too. You're seeing it on your screen, so there's evidence. Thresholds. This is fascinating. 6 for Jersey City, 6 of them. The longest, 8 miles. 3 for Naples. 2 of those 3, 16 miles. One of those, I doubled that day. I did 16 miles at 7 a.m. And then Joe came to my house at noon, the old house, and I did a 16-mile threshold 6 hours later at like 1. And average, I think that one was like 5:23 a mile for 16 miles. Unbelievable. And then, yeah, actually, I take that back. Okay, so there was two thresholds for Naples, but they were both 16 miles long. Crazy. But then Jersey City, I didn't do a tune-up race, and I talked about that a couple days ago. Now, for Naples, I did a tune-up time trial. So I did a 6-mile on the track, averaging 5:07 a mile at altitude. That's amazing. I'm shocked. I was shocked that I did that. I could do that. 5:07 a mile, 6 miles, on 10K on a track, and here in Denver. So I didn't travel to go like to sea level to run a 10K, which I have done in the past for other half marathons. I know I'm going long, and I know I'm being very emphatic here. I am, frankly, inspired. I'm inspiring myself because I'm just going through my brain like what I did for that. Oh yeah, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. The volume. So I did 6 for Jersey City. I did 110 miles a week, 6 weeks in a row. That was good. I felt like that was good. For Naples, I did 130 miles a week, 3 weeks in a row. Fascinating. Isn't that so interesting? So, the peak was quite a bit higher, 20 more miles, and I held it for 3 weeks. I think, I'm telling you, when I get like 110, don't get me wrong, is a lot. So we were talking about this on our group run with Alex, and he was just, pretty surprised by my volume for Jersey City. And I simply replied to Alex and I said, guess what, Alex? I've actually gone quite a bit higher. And I was just going through, and I had forgotten how high I went for Naples, 130. Is it for everybody? No. Remember what I said 10 minutes ago. You gotta find what works for you. You gotta find what works for you. It works for me. It just does. And it proved out in a 5-minute difference, a 6-minute difference between Jersey City and Naples in the results. I'm excited. This is like discovering gold in that. Okay, now I will say, I'm going to be I will say, and I said this yesterday breaking down the whole training block, that I'm excited to do more speed work. I am. I'm excited to go to the oval more. I'm excited to do more mile repeats on the track. I am excited. But I tell you what, the proof is in the pudding. Is that the saying? The proof is in the pudding that Naples, I was fit. When you're fit, you're fit. When you're fit, you're fit. There's no getting around it, everybody. I'm just, all right? I could go on and on. It's, that training, like I was going through and I was just, because I know what it takes to do that 130 miles a week, go up to elevation, and the doubles. Okay, that's the nugget. That is, I was wearing my Nuggets hat a second ago, my Go Nuggets. That's the gold nugget of this whole kit and caboodle. All right, the doubles. Not doing 20 miles every day, do 12 and 8, do 8 and 10, doubles, for me. In conclusion, I don't know how to wrap this up because I'm so blown away by what I was able to do and how I was able to train. But I mean, at the end of the day, tip of the day is, work proves out. It really does. Working hard proves out. And I'm not saying to take crazy risks in your training at this point, but don't be afraid to talk to your coach, talk to a friend, talk to your spouse, and just see, like, if there is a goal. If there is a goal that's like, I want to grasp it. Boston BQ. Boston just happened. You just want to grab it, and but you don't know how. There might be something out there around working harder, and that's hard to accept sometimes because you're tired, you're busy, you're doing a lot in life. But it worked. I don't know what else to say. It worked. It's just so amazing to do both, to train different ways, to train with more specificity and to train with more uniqueness, how I train for Naples, and to see the different results play out and what works for me. And the high altitude. I just know, like, the high altitude works for me And like the comment about the 100 miles instead of 130. With all that said, question of the day. Have you done a training block side-by-side breakdown before? How did it go? What did you learn? Okay? You know, in ideal, you know, obviously the same distance, you know, with 10K, 1 mile, 100 mile. All right, we're just like analyze that, you know, it's really fascinating. So, I know that was a lot. Butter the bread, and we shall see. We shall see. Where shall we go next for a half marathon attempt, everybody? So good. All right, we will toss it to that vlog from Naples, breaking down the Naples half marathon training block right there. All right, butter that bread, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.